Hello, third graders. Today is lesson 8 in module 3. You will understand the function of parentheses and apply to solving problems. Parentheses, remember, are those little like forward C, backward C that we use to hug information. And function means a job. So today we're going to be working with the job of parentheses. Get ready. Let's start with a word problem. First, Katie goes to the store and she buys 12 eggs. So here we have 2 rows of 6 eggs to make 12, which is a dozen. Then when she gets home, she accidentally drops the carton and 2 of her eggs break. How could we write some equations to show what happened to Katie's eggs and how many she has left? Go ahead and press pause and press play when you think you figured something out. Okay, so some equations that you could have written, that I'm guessing most of you did, was that first she started out with 12 eggs. So she had 2 rows of 6 eggs equals 12. Then she dropped 2 of her 12 eggs. So she started with 12 and then she lost 2 of them. So now she's got a total of 10 eggs left. On your notes, here's your next challenge. Can you take these 2 equations and put them into one equation that shows what happened to Katie's eggs? Go ahead and press pause and press play if you think you can figure out how to write both of these into one number sentence or one equation. All right, let's think about what happened. So she had 2 times 6 eggs to begin with, and then she lost 2, and then she had 10. So we were able to put all the information about what happened into one equation. Looking at this, do you guys think it matters in this equation if we multiply or if we subtract first? What do you guys think? Some of you probably think that it matters. Some of you probably think, it doesn't matter which one I do first. I could do 6 take away 2 first and then times it by 2. Or I could do 2 take away 6 first and then minus 2, and I'll still get the same answer of 10 eggs. Let's see what happens when we do different operations first. Let's do the multiplication one first together. So on your notes, go ahead and rewrite the equation 2 times 6 minus 2 equals, and let's see if we still get 10. Let's do the multiplication first. We're going to use our parentheses. Our parentheses are going to show which part we're doing first. Parentheses mean to solve me first. So whatever is inside parentheses, you're going to solve that first. Put parentheses around your 2 times 6. Let's see. 2 times 6, solve it with me. What is that? Good, it's 12. And we still need to do the minus 2 because we haven't done that yet. So 12 minus 2 equals 10. Okay, when we did our multiplication first, we still got the answer of 10. Let's see what happens when we do the subtraction first. On your notes, rewrite the equation that we started with, and let's see if we still get 10 by doing subtraction first. So 2 times 6 minus 2 equals. Remember, parentheses mean to solve me first. This time we're going to be solving the subtraction first. So put your parentheses around the 6 and the 2. After you've done that, let's go ahead and start solving together. So 6 take away 2 is, what is it? Good, it's 4. And then we haven't done the 2 times yet, so we're going to rewrite that part on our next step. So 2 times 4 equals, what is it really quick? Good, it's 8, because 4 plus 4 is 8. All right, so, we didn't get the same answer. This time when we did subtraction first, we got that Katie had 8 eggs left over. Oh, so what are you thinking now? Are you thinking that maybe it matters which thing we do first or second? You would be right if you're thinking that right now. Wherever you put the parentheses makes a difference as to what your answer is. When we had 2 times 6 minus 2, that's very different. So first we had 6 of something, we took 2 away, which got us 4, and then we multiplied that by 2. So that made it a very different problem. We're going to practice doing some equations and putting the parentheses in different locations to see how the answer turns out differently. Please write this first equation on your notes right now. Press pause and press play when you're done. Looking at this, remember, parentheses mean to solve me first. Solve me first. You're going to do your hug before you do everything else. All right, so 25 take away 10 divided by 5 equals 3. Equals 3. Is that true or false? Let's find out. So parentheses mean to solve me first. Okay, Miss Pfeiffer, I get the idea. You can stop saying it. No, I can't. I really can't. I have to say it again. Solve me first. All right, so each time that we figure something out, we're going to write it again on the line underneath with the parts that we solved and the parts that we haven't solved. So 25 take away 10. So 5 ones take away 0 ones is still 5 ones. 2 10s take away 1 10 is 1 10. So that's 15. Remember, you can always be solving these on the side as well. And we're doing this one together. The next one you guys will do on your own. All right, so we got 15. So now, remember, you need to rewrite all the information, even if you haven't solved it yet. So now we have 15 divided by 5 equals 3. We're not done yet because we still haven't solved this part. So think about it. Is 15 divided by 5 3? Let's see. How many 5s are in 15? 5, 10, 15. Ah, it is true. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So finally we can say 15 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 equals 3. So that's true. Let's try another one. All right, on B, true or false? Please write down this equation, solve the parentheses first, and see if this equation is true or if it's false. Press pause and press play when you're done. All right, let's solve it. So 2 plus 3 is what I'm going to solve first because parentheses mean to solve me first. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then I'm going to bring all this down too. I haven't used it yet, so it needs to be part of my next step. So I'm going to have 5 times 7 equals 23. What is 5 times 7? So 5 times 7, let's get your 7 fingers up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 equals 23. Is that true or false? Well, where I come from, it is false. So we would say that this number sentence here is false. It is telling you some mathematical lies. Okay, here's your next problem. This time it's a challenge because the parentheses are missing. I want you to put the parentheses in here to tell me how you could make this true. So where should we put them? Should we put them around the 3 and the 4? Or should we put them around the 4 and the 2 to make the answer 6? Go ahead and try it out. Press pause and press play when you're done. Okay, what I'm hoping that you guys did is that you wrote the equation 2 times with the parentheses in 2 different places. So 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6, with the parentheses around the 3 and the 4. And then we could write it again here. So 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6. with the parentheses around here. Just a side note, some kids get confused about where we put the parentheses, and I didn't say it yet. If you haven't noticed, we have two operations here. We have times and divide. So there's two places we could put parentheses, because you're going to put the parentheses around the numbers that go around the operation signs. So here's one operation sign, so that means I can hug these two numbers with the sign in the middle. Here I've got my sign and the two numbers around it. So my sign goes in the middle of those two numbers with the parentheses around them. Okay, so just a little side note if you're confused about that. All right, so now we have our problem with parentheses in the different places. Let's see which one gets us actually the answer 6. So you should have done 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 2 equals 6. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 6 2's in 12, so 6 equals 6, so this is true. If you had tried it this way, 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 3 times 2 equals 6. So 3 times 2 is 6 equals 6. So this is also true. This is one of those tricky ones where I was trying to trick you, where there's two true answers. Sometimes it doesn't matter where you put the parentheses. That's not always true though, so it's important that you check both ways to make sure that both ways are not true, because if they are, like, I would want you to be able to tell me that. Okay, final problem. Use parentheses to make these two equations true. Please write these down on your paper. Give yourself some space, maybe solve one problem and then solve the other. You're going to decide if the parentheses are going to go around the first part of the problem or the second part of the equation to make the number true. Another side note about things that kids get confused about with the parentheses is that they forget that the equal sign is kind of like a scale balance. So if you have, like when we were doing our little pan balance in measurement in module 2, when we were measuring things, how if something heavier went on one side than another, if the heavier thing would make the pan balance tilt. So in this case, the equal sign is the middle. So you want both sides to be equal. So if we had 3 times 4, for this to be equal, it would be 12. So 3 times 4 equals 12. Both sides are equal. So this and this should be the same. That's the goal of math, is both sides of the equal sign are, well, equal. After that side note, all right, I think you guys are finally ready. Final problem. Do that. See you guys tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Good night.